This is the introduction to Python. Let's get started. Okay, today's agenda is to go through program languages, the types of program languages, the translation of programming languages and why there are so many, Python's key design principles and Python's applications, Python's popularity, who exactly is using Python, Python's compilers, and Python's features. Let's get started. Programming language. A programming language is defined by syntax and semantics. Syntax are the valid statements in the language, and semantics are what those statements do. A programming language can be compiled and interpreted. Compiled as in the whole program translated into machine learning, and interpreted as an individual program statements translated as needed. Machine independence achieved formally by standards, for example, ANSI and the IEEE implemented in practice by intermediate languages like bytecode. Bytecode here is the machine independence achieved. Let's get into the types of programming languages. There are three types of programming languages: low level, medium level, and high level. In low level, we'll see machine languages, and medium level, it's assembly languages, and high level refers to stuff like Python. The advantages of high level languages are they're machine independent, they're like a natural language, and they have high level abstract conception of data, for example, lists, and high level abstract conception of tasks. For example, it's for loops, while loops, and if else. Now let's get into the translation of program language. High-level language can't directly be executed on the hardware. It requires some translation. Let's say we have a source program, which is of high-level language. It's inputted into the compiler, and the compiler translates the high-level language into the assembly language. The assembly language here is the intermediate programming. It requires another stage of translation to be executed. The assembler translates the assembly language into the object code. The object code and the library object code link together by the linker to form a complete object code. After that, the loader takes the object code and loads the object code into the memory, the hardware's memory. The hardware then executes the object code from the memory to generate an output. Okay, why are there so many programming languages? Programming languages are either designed for different tasks or they're designed for different ways of thinking. Let's take Fortran. Fortran is used for scientific computation. COBOL is used for business applications. Stuff like HTML, CSS, JS, they're used for front-end web development. Python, JavaScript, and TypeScript are used for back-end web development. And SQL is used for database creation. On the other end, when we look at programming languages designed for different ways of thinking, for procedural programming, we use Fortran, COBOL, C. And for object-oriented programming, we use C++ and Java. For logic programming, we use Prolog. And for script-based programming, we use Python and JavaScript.
Python programming language. The brief history of Python. It is created by Frodo van Rossum in 1991 as an easy to learn. It is general purpose programming language, primarily interpreted but can be compiled for speed. General machine independence achieved by bytecode. Key design principles. Control structure indicated by indentation. Powerful built-in data types. Any variable can refer to any type of data. Type can change as a program executes. As we know, Python is a scripting language. Python supports two modes, interactive mode and script mode. Interactive mode, where we type the code into Python terminal and Python interpreter interprets code snippet directly. This feature is useful for things like trying out small code snippets and testing things we write them. In the script mode, we write code in text file and save it. We can execute script file at once go parallel scripting. Python is a high-level programming language and no need to compile the program. Proceeds at runtime by interpreter. Similar to parallel scripting. Supports object-oriented programming designed for high-level readability and supporting for wide range of applications and good for beginners. Why Python is so popular? There are many reasons. Let us see few of them. Python interpreter is available in many platforms and free to use. It has simplified syntax which gives more emphasis on natural language. It can be easily written and executed and much faster than other programming languages. There is less to type, debug and maintain. Python runs on major platforms such as Linux, Windows, Macintosh, Solaris, and many more. Without any code modification, same Python program runs on most platforms. It has huge collection of third-party libraries, strong library support for machine learning and gaming, and frameworks for development, and so on. Python can be integrated with C, C++, Java. It can also communicate with frameworks such as COM and .NET. Python is used in automation framework development and testing, and it treated as code programming language in schools and colleges due to its countless application support. Python is better than traditional, readable code and therefore reusable and maintainable. Paradigm, procedure programming, object-oriented programming, and functional programming. And it has many exceptional handlers to address all error scenarios. And it has inbuilt memory management techniques. Students and developers look forward to learning this since it is high in demand. Python applications. Let us look at Python based applications. Python used in many applications. For example, Python is used in data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, NLP, cybersecurity, IoT, DevOps, automation, web development, game development, financial domain, and healthcare domain. Let us get into few more details of Python application. In data science, NumPy, Pandas are the Python libraries for data manipulation. Matplotlib and Seaborn are the Python libraries for data visualization. Scikit-learn, TensorFlow, PyTorch are Python libraries for machine learning and deep learning. Python is also used in artificial intelligence research and development. In NLP, the libraries like NLTK used for processing and analyzing human language data. In cybersecurity, Python is used for penetration testing and developing security tools. In IoT, Python is used for programming microcontrollers. In DevOps, the Python is used for configuration, management and deployment. In automation, the Python is used for developing tools and utilities to automate the repetitive tasks. For instance, installation scripts. Flask and Django are the Python frameworks in web development. In game development, Python Game is a popular library for developing simple games. In financial domain, Python is used for quantitative analysis and algorithmic trading and financial modeling. In healthcare domain, Python is used for bioinformatics, medical imaging, and health data analysis. Who is using Python? There are many companies using Python. For instance, Google, Microsoft, PayPal, Facebook, IBM, Amazon, Netflix, JP Morgan, Uber, GE, Intel. Supported platforms to install, set up Python. For Windows, there are many interpreters available freely to run Python scripts like IDE. Download Python software from http://python.org. For Linux, Python comes pre-installed with Linux distributions such as Ubuntu, Fedora, SUSE. For Mac OS, generally Python 2.7 comes bundled with Mac OS. Please refer manually install details from http://python.org. Online compiler. To run Python program without installing an interpreter, there are many compilers available in online. One of them as shown in the below. Program Z. If you write code here, then run it, you see output this side. Like In this program, we have a print hello world code and I run it. I get hello world here. Jupyter Notebook is an open source web-based interactive application where we can write and test Python programs. Jupyter Notebook is available as online or can be installed as standalone. For installing the Jupyter Notebook, we needed Python 3.3 or greater. Refer the official website for latest information. Jupyter Notebook is user-friendly and trusted. Jupyter Notebook is web-based interactive computing platform. It supports Windows, Linux, Mac OS. I tried in Windows. Upon successful installation, I could see options to launch the web interface as seen here. I can write Python code in Jupyter Shell and run. Output corresponding to my code snippet will be displayed under the cell. It is easy to use, interactive, and it is user friendly, and it is helpful for fast writing code and test. Programming concepts to explore in Python. Under Python basics, we have to understand the syntax, variable uses, different data types, writing functions, creating lists, tuples, sets, and dictionary. We have to understand data structures such as arrays, linked list, heap, stack, and queues. Similarly, we have to also understand Python advanced concepts like regular expressions, decorators, lambda functions, modules, iterations, and OOPs. Django and Flask and permits are Python frameworks for Python programming. Coming to the Python package managers, we have pip and pyp. For testing Python code, we have PyTest for Python. PyTest is a testing framework. It is used to write various types of software tests, including unit testing, integration testing, end-to-end test, and functional test. Now it's quiz time. Let's coming to the point. What is Python? Python is high-level general-purpose programming language that is widely used for various applications. It is known for its readability, simplicity, versatility. Python supports multiple programming paradigms such as object-oriented, procedural, and functional programming. Python also has a large and comprehensive standard library as well as many third-party modules and frameworks that extend its functionality. Some of the popular domains that use Python are web development and data science, machine learning, automation, and scripting. What can Python do? It can be used to create web applications. It can be used for prototyping or POCs. It can be used to create workflows in software development. It can connect to database systems. It can be used in operating systems and it can be used to handle big data. It can be used to perform complex mathematics. Why Python? It's a platform independent programming language. Python programs run unchanged on most platforms. Python runs on every major platform currently such as Linux, Windows, Macintosh, Solaris, and many more. It supports rich set of libraries, support from test pattern matching to networking, vast collection of third-party libraries, libraries for website construction, numeric programming, game development, and machine learning. Python runs on an interpreter systems, meaning that code can be executed as soon as it is written. Happy learning. Thank you. Stay tuned to the upcoming sessions.